Hello everyone. I'm very happy to share the recording of my first live interview conducted by Ms.Anuraadha a couple of weeks back. Please watch and understand more about what is performance coaching.
Good evening, my dear followers and my visitors. And today the topic is all about performance coach and how it can help an industrial organization. Because the guest speaker who's going to speak is specialized in industrial. Who could be our guest speaker today? He is Mr. B. Saravanan. By the way, who is he? He is the founder, director at BrixEn Group, is in the domain of people and organization development for the last 7 years. He is currently working with more than 50 plus engineering based companies. Saravanan, he specializes in performance coaching, sales training, sales process, leadership skills, executive coaching, and organization growth management. He has trained more than 5,000 executives, managers, and 500 fresh engineers for successful transformation till date. And he is also a keynote speaker in organization and educational institution program. There is a lot to say about him. So before we talk about him, I think it would be nice to invite him right over here and let's hear more about him from him. Welcome to the show, Mr. Saravanan.
First of all, Anu, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. You're always welcome.
And I'm glad things are, I'm part of your 76th episode of this, easy talk or a light talk show.
A real talk,
Look forward to have a wonderful time along with you.
Sure. I'm very glad to have you today. So, well, Saravanan, so you have been mentioned as, because I've interviewed many performance coaches, but you are specialized in industrial training, industrial organization. So could you talk more about your specialization, please?
Yeah, to talk about, you have given a good introduction about me. So I am coming from an industrial background. In that industry also, I come from a small niche, which is industrial automation. Today, if you take any factory, which makes a chapel or it makes a rocket, it cannot work without automation. Today, we are talking about AI, robotics, everything. But if you look at 1965, the industrial automation boom in US. Now in India, every small machine uses automation. It is called PLC. So I worked in that industry for more than 25 years. Probably I had a span of good career in sales and sales management. And then I realized this particular industry, for your information, almost like 20,000 companies in India alone, they have industrial automation, industrial engineering related business. They support various factories, various organizations. So my intention is to improve their performance. The industrial engineering, industrial automation companies, they could be a distributor, they could be a system integrator, or a machine manufacturer. That's my niche.
Good. All this 25 years experience you have put into that BrixEn. Am I right? Yeah. And you mentioned as a profile wherein you have mentioned this as your people's domain.
Yeah.
The domain of people and organization.
You're right.
So what do you mean by that? What is your organization exactly doing here?
Yeah, first of all, you asked about BrixEn. So we gave this name in 2016. The idea was bricks. When you call bricks, well, that is a basic component of any building. So now we want to, be the basic component of any engineering organization for their growth. That's why bricks of engineering company, that's how the BrixEn has come. Okay. So I'm from that engineering field. That's how the name came. And it actually resonates well with my customers. And the second question you said, like a people domain. And any organization today, irrespective of whichever domain they are, they cannot grow without people. But how much importance given to people? How much importance given to people's growth, people development? Every industry needs that. But my focus is make sure people have enough attention and they grow to make the organization grow consistently. That's the reason I said people domain.
Thank you. Wonderful. So, as a performance, let's take your performance coach.
Yeah.
So, what value do you really bring to your customers or to your client, whatever you call it as?
Yeah. See, with a due respect to all the entrepreneurs, and they are much senior to me, they are younger to me, irrespective of their age, they all come to the industry with a specialization. Mostly, they come with a technical specialization. I'm only talking about my domain, which is industrial engineering, industrial automation. They grow X, Y, Z, they grow over a period of 5 to 10 years or something. They hit a ceiling. They hit a ceiling as a natural process, or they don't want to grow. So it depends on the specialization they develop further after starting the company, apart from technical. What they develop, based on that, the company will continue to grow year on year. Incidentally, most of the organization gets stuck. There are so many parts of the business which need to be handled as much technically they handle. So BrixEn and Saravanan as a performance coach, we help the organization which are in a mature stage. I'm not saying like a startup, somebody above 5 years, but they still want to grow consistently. That's where performance coaching comes into place. And
So,
again,
okay.
yeah, again, this performance coaching, when I say it is not just bottoms up, top down. It's a top down approach. That's where things started.
So, when you say, because you have been working with multiple industrial organizations, right? So, according to you, what do you mean by performance? So, where do you think exactly they need to improve there?
So, I'll tell you, to any individual or any organization, the definition of performance changes. If you look at a large limited organization, what is the return they give per share? Everybody will monitor. Okay, what is the market realization, market value? Everything matters. Today, Microsoft planning to send close to 11,000 people. So for them, the returns per share is very important. That's why they do all this. But the company sizes I'm looking at, India, revenue, that's the most important. Number two, growth in terms of the net profit as well as gross profit. I think if people can focus on these three things, or to get an improvement in these three areas, naturally they have to touch every nook and corner of the organization. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, these three things are very important. And then, based on that, the other areas would get an improvement. Every department need to work. Again, I'm telling you, revenue is not it's a baby game. So you need to work consistent. More than that, to work on a profit, gross profit after the net profit, the whole organization should align to happen. Most of the organization today, they will not even reveal the net profit because they don't feel happy to share that. The moment they make money, I'm telling you, the entrepreneur will have more space, more willingness to invest back in the industry. That is where I'm focused.
I need to sit with you and talk on this because I'm a start. Do you work with startup, by the way? I'm a startup entrepreneur.
I know incidentally today, I give kind of a guidance to the startup owners, but I working with the stable organization at this point of time because there also a lot of need is there. Incidentally, for the startup, the ecosystem, support ecosystem is very strong, whether it is in Tamil Nadu or all over India, the ecosystem is much stronger. Whether you call it bank or a consultants or the government itself. But these middle-level organizations, 5-year and above organizations, I think they're actually looking for more coaches, more consultants. That's the reason I chose that path rather than waiting to startup. I'm not averse to meet somebody, but my clientele are somebody 5-year and
What is a general problem when the client call you?
Yeah, see, what happens? Any CEO or a chairman or a MD of a company, they realize only after 2 to 3 years of sluggishness, or they are not able to take care of the growth, because it is due to external pressure. Sometimes bank would ask, sometimes their suppliers would ask, or sometimes they also struggle to retain their people. I'm telling you, retaining people is the biggest issue in any industry. I don't know about the software industry. So how would you retain? To retain, you need to pay them well. To take care of your bank, because you earn for the bank. You take a loan, OD, then you only pay the EMIs, you only pay the. So when all of a sudden they feel, okay, what is that I made? What is the money I'm making? What is that I'm going to do? How do I grow? So they come with any one of these questions. I'm not able to retain people. Most of the people come with this question. I'm not able to retain the people. I'm not able to, attract good people. People are going into MNCs. People are not coming to my company. So that is where the discussion happens. So generally, I don't jump into it straight. I try to understand the challenges. Basically, the layer, the top layer is not visible. That is what you are visible to you. When you go 2-3 layers below, then you come to know about multiple things. So it happens over, 2 or 3 meetings. Only when you do that, the client, the CEO of the company or owner of the company, he would agree or he will come to the real point. That's where my journey starts with them.
I got you. I think it resonates, the points, whatever you said, it resonates very well. Probably retaining staff, okay, fine, because we are in the coaching business. So you said you are an industrial organization. Now you spoke about the software industries. You said no idea. So what kind of industries do you work? Do you have any specific industries, or are you open to all the industries?
Yeah. So as I told you, I only work with industrial automation companies and industrial engineering companies who are the distributors of automation products or system integrators of automation products, machine manufacturers or equipment manufacturers or their distributors. Because they serve to the factories. Factories are improving the performance based on these set of companies. So even you're from Chennai. In Chennai itself, there are 500 such companies out there. All over India, it will be much bigger. So every industrial, every city has, and every engineer who comes out of engineering college, they have a superb potential to work in these kind of companies. So I only work with industrial automation and industrial engineering. That's my niche. If the viewers can understand niche, basically that's a very, very close choice of customers. In my domain level, I'd say what is your specific customers? What are they, specialized in? I'm only specialized in industrial automation, industrial engineering. That's the industry I work for more than 25 years.
I got some idea from your point in the 15 minutes talk, what exactly the performance coach is. Now, exactly like now the startup entrepreneurs, do you think they really realize that they have to improve all this strategies, how they are doing it, or they're just going it live? So some are family business, heredity. So they don't, it goes on and on and on. Sometimes they don't know what has to be structured or changed. What do you say for them?
I know whether it's an individual or an organization, whether it is a family world or a friend started together. There are 3 ways, 3 questions I ask any company. What is your 15-year goal? Would you like to transfer this company to the next generation? Or would you like to make it to a X to Y level and sell it to somebody, a bigger company? Or you want to run it forever? You want to retire with that guy?
Nice.
Most of them would say, yeah, I want to be with that company forever. If I were that entrepreneur, I would tell, because first choice is not yours, your son or your daughter. I don't know whether they will come and run your organization after 15 years. Nobody can give a guarantee. The best motivation for anybody to keep the organization to grow consistently to a level somebody able to come and buy your company for a bigger market value so that you can do something better or something special. By the time you reach a particular age, you have better things to do. Vision. People today, they lack vision. With due respect to everybody, people don't go beyond 1 year.
You opened my eyes.
They just
go,
they don't go beyond 1 year. Max, they think about 3 years. It's very difficult for somebody to go beyond 1 year, 1 financial year, or max 3 financial years. Once you have the vision, and another question, answer to your question, why somebody would buy a company? Not for the people, not for the product, not for the customers. All are important, but more importantly, the systems. Systems are the one which will make the organization to sustain. But today, most of the organization works based on an individual or the owner. So this is what I generally have. I face it. The companies who work with me, they understand. That is the reason they come to me. That is the reason they implement the systems and they grow consistently.
Seriously, Sharon, after the session, I'm going to sit with you to know the system. Because I want to take my company to the next level.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
And then what advice would you love to give to the youngsters? Now, all Tom, Dick, Harry is opening, they're becoming entrepreneur, CEO, like this. So what advice would you give for them? Now, after listening to it, I feel it's not easy. It's not an easy journey. Huh?
See, I started my journey a long back. Of course, nobody told me industrial automation or this. It happened to me. Incidentally, fortunately, I stick to one domain. I came here, whatever I am today, because I stick to one domain. Most of the youngsters, especially the engineers who are coming out of the engineering colleges, not aware about this industry. Because when compared to the software industry, the initial pay packets are very, very, comparably less. But over 3 years, the kind of knowledge they gain, after 3 years, actually, this industry, I'm telling you, if they work for 3 years, they can't be thrown out of the industry. Their value only increases. That is the time the MNCs come and pick you up. All of a sudden, your salary becomes double or more. Incidentally, if you are in a service industry where the skills can be easily replaced by a fresher, there your job is always at stake after 3 years, unless you are, very good. So this industry, industrial engineering, industrial automation offers a superb career opportunity for all the engineers, provided they come with a long-term thinking without any peer pressure. They also should have a good communication skill. When they come with proper communication skill and they have the sky as the limit. My own experience, when I improved my communication early in my career, that is where my career has took off. Till such time, I was nobody. The moment I focused on my communication and my language, I was able to do that. I traveled across the world. Probably I would have met the highest level of technologies, all because of the industry. I really thank my industry and my past companies and my past managers who guided, who helped me, who gave this kind of a clarity for me to take these kind of, career platform. I really, through this interview, I would like to thank all my past managers and my organizations.
Awesome. So managers, please bless it. That's awesome, because any profile, if you need to work on, the basic is communication. Communication matters a lot. So I'm so happy to be as a communication coach. And you took my topic in your interview. That's another advantage for me.
That's very key. That's very key. Whether somebody likes it or not, without communication, you cannot survive. Forget about
100%. I really. So before we wind the session, as usual, we have to take one practical tip from our guest speaker, isn't it? So now let's hear from our guest speaker, Saravanan, one practical tips which you are going to share with us now. We have to take action.
I'll tell you something. You start your day with one thing to achieve, at least one thing. Don't take your mobile. Don't look into your WhatsApp. Don't go to your social media. Make sure the first 30 minutes you think about your. I'm not asking you to write or something. Think about the day. What is that you're going to achieve today? And make sure that at least one major thing you plan to achieve. That will make your day. And one big thing per day, 30 days in a month, 30 things you will achieve. 365 days, 365 things you can achieve. So first 30 minutes, that's a golden moment for anybody, including me. So first 30 minutes, focus on you, focus on the day before getting into your, grind. That's the only small input I want to give. And I'm very glad. I think all of you have gone through this. And please contact me. I think Anu going to share my contact details. Look forward to hear from you.
And this something, whatever Sharana said today, the practical tips really works. Please try it. And also don't think, ink it. That'll be much better. Thank you, Sharana, for coming for the show. It's very glad. And you give us lots of insight in this few minutes. And I'm sure I'm going to get connected to you after the session to know more about how to increase the performance. And your 3 questions were so powerful. That was really amazing.
I'm very glad you have watched this full interview. Do you have a growth plan for your organization? Please ask for appointment to have a discovery meeting. Saravanan, your performance coach.